You joined the Eagles. You guys end up hitting the Super Bowl in 2005. You're coming off a broken leg. I remember you come back and play this game, and you 9 catches, 122 yards. I mean, what was your mental that day?
How you felt after?
I felt fine after. Honestly, like I said,
I was scared for you.
Yeah.
Running routes and moving, like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah. I would be remiss not to mention this because my grandma, like I said, growing up in her household, we went to church. You know what I mean? She taught me about believing in God, having faith, you know, and that's honestly what I hung my hat on when I had so many naysayers and detractors and doubters that said, and even the doctors, my doctor that performed the surgery, he didn't even medically clear me to play in the game. I had to sign a waiver to play in the Super Bowl. So yeah, exactly. It would have been a liability. He didn't even believe what he had seen within those 6.5 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl.
So break that down, not to cut you off. So you broke your leg at what point? So came back, and so how bad was the break? What happened?
So mid-December, like early to mid-December, we had 2 or 3 games left to go in the season. I caught a route, and I was getting ready to go around the defense, and Roy grabbed me by my shoulder, pulled me down, and when I went down, I heard a pop. Like I heard a pop.
Roy Williams?
Yeah, Roy Williams. He was a safety for the Cowboys at the time. I was with the Eagles. And so when I went down, I heard a loud pop. I said, shh. When I laid down, I'm like, oh shit. I was like, I broke my ankle. That's how bad it felt. So Rick, the trainer, came out. He goes, yeah, what's wrong? What are you feeling? I said, shit, Rick. I said, I think I broke my ankle. And then so he started doing a few little tests, this and that and the other. And so he signaled to the tunnel for the cart.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm not going. I'm not. That's just that mentality, that toughness that I had. I'm not going to go off on no cart. So literally, I walked all the way to the side. Guys helped me to the sideline. Then I walked to the tunnel. And when I got in that tunnel, boy, I broke down. I was like, man, she hurt. So got an X-ray. They really didn't see anything. So the next day, I got an MRI. The MRI was took for my ankle because that's where all the pain was. And so obviously the imaging, when I got there, the radiologist asked me kind of like, what are you feeling? Where's the pain? So that night, I had my leg elevated all night. I slept on the couch. And at night, so I had ice here, ice there, and it was just throbbing. It was throbbing. So I got there and I was like, man, I told the trainer and the radiologist dude, I said, I was in mad pain. I said, up by my knee. I said, it's hurting real bad. So he's like, all right, cool. We'll just scan the whole leg. And that's when they found out that I had fractured my fibula. And in addition to the MRI images, they said, and then I had a high, severe syndesmosis sprain. So I tore all the ligaments over here. And then when they went in for surgery, they found out that I had snapped my deltoid ligament too. So had they going in, looked at, I probably would have had another surgery if they didn't see that. So that was part of what the pop that I heard, in addition to the break at the same time, because it all kind of just happened simultaneously. So I played with 2 screws at the surgery. I had 2 screws in a plate. Really couldn't do anything about the fracture. They just said it just had to heal. And so then, And so, like I said, it was 6.5, 7 weeks to the Super Bowl. So when I came back from the the doctor from Baltimore, I was in a limo. And then I had an interview with one of the local radio stations there, and they asked me about the surgery, how everything went, how I felt. And then asked me, did I think I would be ready for the Super Bowl? And I told him, I was honest, I said, if they make it to that Super Bowl, I said, I'll be ready. But that was the faith that I had in myself and the things that have leading up to that, how I took care of my body because I didn't get a personal trainer until after my 3rd year. So from year 4 to now, this is 5 years later, these are the types of things, like I said, that allow and enable me to recover as fast as I did. And I did other things too, from microcurrent. I took supplements, obviously, for the tissue, the cartilage, things of that nature. And I slept in the hyperbaric chamber. I was doing those cutting edge things before people even knew about it. But I had the team of people who I trained with in the off season, because I lived in Atlanta at the time. Those are the people that, like I said, I literally had everybody live with me and stay at my house those 6.5 weeks living up to the Super Bowl.
So how long were you supposed to be out?
Probably like 3 or 4 months, at least 4 months.
And you came back in a month and a half?
6.5, 7 weeks. Mm-hmm. Yep. And like I said, the only thing that bothered me, because they wanted some extra protection, I never taped my ankles probably after my 2nd or 3rd year in the league, because I would practice without tape, but then guys would tape on game day. So I was like, man, if I'm practicing without no tape, I can play. So I never really taped my ankles. So got ready to play in the game and they wanted some extra protection for that, I tried to go out. So I did my main little routine. So when I came through the tunnel, there was cameras everywhere. Man, I started to run. Dude, that tape was killing me. I can't remember if I took a lap or if I got halfway and I'm like, man, I got to go back in. Went back in. I told Rick, I said, Rick, this is too painful. He said, all right, cool, let's cut it off. And then I went back out to work out, run, do my little routine. And then I started feeling pain up here. And that was where the break was. So when I went back in, he explained to me, he goes, yo, it's probably not fully healed yet. And he said, because of weight distribution, he said, when people don't notice, but when you walk, your bones naturally spread a little bit when you walk because of weight distribution. So he said that what you're feeling is because you're running and that weight distribution is stressing the break. So what we did was he rolled my stuff down. He basically got some tape and he taped it as tight as he could around the break so it wouldn't spread as much. And so that helped. And then I took some Toradol pills just to kind of minimize, some of the pain.
Toradol was a motherfucker. I took that before, boy. Whew.
Minimize some of the pain.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got all these tattoos and just stand there, sit there for hours. So I mean,
no. I'm talking about that. I took the Toradol shot and how amazing it was.
Oh,
I couldn't move my arm, and then I was playing in the playoffs. And an hour later.
So you wasn't in pain after the game?
No, I really wasn't. I wasn't. And bro, I was so focused on what he said.
That's the highest level right there.
Yeah, and I was honestly, bro, like I said, I'm a God-fearing guy, bro.
But you know you're gonna crash. You're gonna eventually come down.
The adrenaline.
Yeah, but like I said, I didn't take a lot of things, obviously, because I felt good. You know what I mean? I trusted the rehab. We went to an aggressive rehab. Soon as I got back from Baltimore, I thought, I'm like, okay, they're gonna let me rest up for maybe a few days, week. Bro, the next day we went to rehab and they had the confidence that I could do it because they had seen me work. They had seen me practice. They saw me on an everyday basis. They saw what I brought to the team. You know what I mean? That energy. And he was just like, and my approach to the game every day. So they're like, yo, we're gonna attack this. Like, you with us? He said, we with you, I'm with you.
You a G. I broke my toe and I damn near cut my foot off at the air game.